Bitcoin continues to fall down after hitting my resistance level here at $95,000. Today, guys, I need to talk about what the next major move is going to be because we have crucial things happening in the background right now. Also, one of the biggest questions that I have been asking myself the last few days, and we now have the answer for that question. So I'm going to go through everything here in the video, guys. Make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's start off this video by looking at Bitcoin. And you can see that as I'm recording this, we are seeing a quite significant downturn for Bitcoin. After going up here and hitting my level at $95,000, I told you to be very careful with this level. Yes, if you are accumulating to hold for the next few months and the entirety of 2026, this is still gonna work out, I believe. But I told you to be cautious here because this level is very crucial here at $95,000 and we still have massive levels of resistance. Now, I believe that we are going to break through this eventually, but for now, I'm expecting on the very low time frames, I'm still expecting a lot of volatility here, which we need to be prepared for. So this was like clockwork, riding as we were breaking through the orange line here at 88,400. I said that I'm expecting us to now go up and hit $95,000, which we hit, and then pullback happening. Now I'm expecting us to hit 88,500. This is the next level of support. And then from this point, we will see. I think that there's a good chance that we will see a bounce from 88,500 and then once again start to grind sideways and then make a new move towards $95,000 at some point. Now, what we need to understand is that Bitcoin going down here is not isolated to just Bitcoin. Also, crypto in general, like Ethereum, you can see we went down for Ethereum, Solana went down as well, and also the rest of the markets. You can see that the equity market, S&P 500, big red candle here on the futures market. You can see that gold is going down as well. You can see that silver is trending down. So this is not unique right now to Bitcoin or crypto in general. Also, one of the biggest questions that I was asking myself was, is the US institutional selling of Bitcoin going to end, or is this going to continue? Now, before I talk more about this, let me quickly show you the trading strategies here. So I'm currently at a bit of a loss still, but with the volatility, the back and forth, I'm just making more and more gains here for every day that goes by. So everything is still going according to plan. And if you want to use my trading strategies yourself as well, go down to the description of this video, sign up to Pionex right here, claim the deposit bonuses using this link, and then you have my main coins right here, and also join the trading competition by clicking on this link. It's going to take you here. You click on join the competition here. Only 3 days left. Right now, still we have the top three here, and Mindcracker being up 1,125, BP 111, and Paul M being in the top three. So that is for the trading competition. Also, make sure to check out my video I posted on a few days ago on Tapit, going over the Tapit exchange, because they also have incredible bonuses. So make sure to check that out. You have the link in the description right here. So if you want to do manual trading with an exchange that allows a lot of countries to sign up, make sure to check this out. So one of the biggest questions recently, is the US selling going to continue? Because moving into the end of the year, we saw accelerated US selling, but then moving into the start of January, that disappeared. And actually here on the 5th of January, we could see that Coinbase actually had a premium. So it was more expensive to buy on Coinbase because institutions were buying back their assets. However, recently, what we've seen since the 6th of January, the last 2 days, we have once again started to see the dumping from US exchanges start here again. So that is very important to take note of, that US institutions are still selling a lot of Bitcoin. So that's a bit bearish. And also what you can see here is that the ETFs are also selling incredible amounts of Bitcoin again. We had 2 good days here, but now we have had 2 bad days as well, with yesterday having almost $500 million worth of Bitcoin. So that's why I'm telling you guys, still be cautious on the shorter time frames. The best thing, in my opinion, is just to have the trading strategies in a long position. So in that case, you make money with the volatility here. Even if we go down, it is making money as we're seeing the pumps thereafter. But if you're in a manual trade trying to time these things, that could be very, very hard right now. Unless, like I've always been saying, you're going to hold throughout 2026, because then at some point, I believe that we're going to make a new all-time high. So this is what's happening right now in the immediate short term for Bitcoin, guys. Institutions are selling Bitcoin and the markets in general are going down. Now, I also need to talk about where Bitcoin actually is right now and what we can expect moving forward. So it's just that liquidity right now is flowing into metals and into stocks. That's what's been happening with the crypto market. You can see that the Bitcoin realized cap right here. Now, this is hard to predict. I think that we're going to see, and this analyst also believes that we're going to see a lot of sideways action here, choppy markets, but then probably we are going to trend upwards, as we are probably not going to see a massive kind of downturn for Bitcoin here moving forward. Also, you need to keep in mind that there's a lot of things happening in the, I don't know if I want to say the political space, but like things that are affecting the markets. So one thing is that President Trump has announced that 30 to 50 million barrels of crude oil is going to be sold in the United States by Venezuela. Now, this $1 billion is worth actually $2 billion. This is going to be used to buy only US products. You can see right here, President Trump says that Venezuela will only be purchasing American-made products with oil money made from a new oil deal. So Venezuela, they continue to sell oil, and also because US are essentially controlling Venezuela right now, there is less sanctions, so they are able to sell their oil again. There's no sanctions, or less sanctions at least, so they will be able to sell that oil, but they will only be allowed to buy US products. So this is boosting the US economy, and yeah, this is essentially, I guess you could see it in a way like the US are actually selling that oil or benefiting from the proceeds of that selling. Now, there is one problem with this. That is that the oil that the US are telling Venezuela to sell, it actually in part belongs to China. So this is crazy. China, they are livid and they are not hiding it. After Trump announced that the US will refine and sell up to 50 million barrels of Venezuelan oil previously frozen under sanctions, Beijing fired back, calling the move a blatant power grab and direct hit on their interest. Why? Because the oil wasn't just sitting there. China had already paid for a chunk of it through loan for oil deals and state-backed agreements with Maduro's regime. So the US, Donald Trump, are selling oil that actually belongs to China, and they're reaping the proceeds from it, which is absolutely absurd. And here's the other thing as well. US are seizing more oil tankers. So 2 Venezuelan oil tankers have been seized. They're probably going to sell this oil as well. Problem with this, Russia are claiming that one of these tankers actually belongs to them. So Donald Trump is essentially just walking in and taking an oil tanker from Russia and taking oil that belongs to China. So what I'm trying to say here is that expect volatility, because this is going to continue here. And Russia and China are not very happy with what's happening in Venezuela right now. And also keep in mind that there's still a lot of tensions between, and the situation in Iran as well. So there's potential insiders betting on US striking Iran by January the 31st. So that's in like 20 days. Now, these insiders are betting like $300 and like $3,000. They're betting like, $3,000 this one as well, another $1,000. So I don't know, like it's not a lot of money to bet here in terms of them being insiders, but there's also other wallets that have been betting on specifically only Israel and US-based operations, and they do have a 100% track record, some wallets, not these ones in particular. And they are also betting on the US strike in Iran. So we will see, guys, if that's going to happen or not, but be prepared for volatility as all of these things unfolds here between China, Russia, Iran, US, and everything else. Also, the President Trump has said that he's proposing to increase the budget to $1.5 trillion for military, for US military. And this is actually an increase of 70% from 2025. So this is huge. And this probably means that he is expecting this money to be used, of course, in these wars. So keep that in mind. Big things are happening. For me, I still think that Bitcoin is going to benefit this from all of these things over time. but we need to be prepared for short-term volatility. Guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.